of like set into play to becoming a married couple? How did you guys transition?
So we took our relationship to the next level sophomore year in college. Taryn was actually, I think you had moved, is that when you moved to New Jersey? So she was in New Jersey for the whole summer. So I just so happened to call her just to check on her, because even when I would come home, we would hang out, you know, whatever. And her mom actually, I grew dreads in college. Her mom would actually do my hair. And so when her mom got tired of doing my hair, her mom would actually like, Taryn, you do his hair, even though Taryn had never did dreads before ever in her life. But this one summer she went to Jersey, and I think one night, we stayed on the phone from like 6 p.m. to like 4 a.m. in the morning.
True love.
And we just kept talking since then. And so that really like blossomed into something when she came home, you know, when she came home from New Jersey. But that's how we kind of went from that friendship level to the next level. Just say for one example now is like, she knows I hate washing dishes.
He told me he's allergic to
I'm
dishes.
allergic to washing dishes, okay? I'm allergic. If I touch dishwater, I will break out in hives. I will clean, listen, I will clean the entire kitchen. It will be spotless.
And dishes in the sink.
And the dishes will still be in the sink.
But he'll vacuum, he'll straighten up the living room, he'll wash.
I'll do all that.
So Taryn, did you know this before
Yes,
you were married?
I did. But when we got married and we moved in together, that's when it all set in. Like, I'm really about to be doing the dishes by myself all the time.
I can't do it. I can't do it. Literally, hives. Bad hives.
Now, so maybe we need to get you a special dish soap.
You know, I
can
just,
send y'all home
you know, I think I'll just keep cleaning the rest of the kitchen. I'll keep cleaning the rest of the kitchen, leave the dishes, you know, for her, and then I'll just use plastic cups. Plastic cups is fine. Plastic cups is not a problem. There's nothing wrong with plastic cups at all. One thing about her is our place has to be spotless to have anybody come over.
Anyone.
Like it can't be one dish in the sink. If there's a dish in the sink, nobody's coming over to the house.
And this is why I feel this way. Because if anyone comes over, it's a reflection of me. You know what I'm saying? So I want it to be spotless. Even though it may not be spotless all the time, when you come, I want it to be spotless.
But it's 2 dishes in the sink. Like they're literally two dishes in the sink. You can't even see the dishes in the sink. And
like, no, those dishes matter.
Like they do.
She will literally if I'm at home and she's at work, because we have a basketball gym in our building as well. So I have some homies, some friends that want to come over and play ball, and she'll literally call me out of the blue. Don't have nobody upstairs in the apartment.
The day before was Valentine's Day.
Yes. I set this up so good, y'all.
And it was snowing.
I set this up so good.
So let me tell my part, and then you can talk about the proposal.
Go ahead.
Valentine's Day, he said, okay, babe, we love crabs. We'll eat them all year long. Just come over to my house. We're going to eat crabs, relax. It was snowing outside. That's relaxing to me. And he said, you know, the day after Valentine's Day, after church, I'm going to take you somewhere special. So in my mind, I'm like, you better take me somewhere special, because Valentine's Day, I'm sitting inside, and even though that's great, but you know, that's...
Where are the fireworks?
Okay, so we go to church, and then after church...
First of all, she was mad. And I'm talking about like, we're sitting there eating, watching TV, and she just has this like look on her face. And it was several times where like literally I walked downstairs to laugh. Literally like wanting to die laughing. Sunday was church, it was snowing. I told her, I said, I'm gonna take you somewhere special after church. So we get to church, then after church, get her in the car, put a blindfold on her. And so what I had planned was I had told both of our families and our closest friends, I had gathered them in like a similar place like this, and I was gonna propose in front of all of our friends and family.
Nice.
So put her in the car. She had no idea where we were going. She's sitting there with a blindfold on. Drive her to the place. Get there. Majority of her side of the family is there. Her friends is there, and they've already set up, got the food and everything out. My family's like trickling in from church. So I had her like sit in a waiting room and just wait, say, okay, babe, like they not ready yet. It's not open yet. Like so she's literally just sitting there with a blindfold on her head. People are tiptoeing past her so they don't wake her up. I mean, they don't, she can't hear them. So I get her, walk her in. I take the blindfold off. All of our friends and family, had to be like 75 to 100 people there.
Oh my goodness.
We're like, surprise. Do you know what the first thing she said to me was? Babe, are my eyebrows okay?
Because I used to draw them, like fill them in all the time, and that was my main concern. Because I have all these people looking at me right now.
She literally said, are my eyebrows okay?
So you're thinking this is about to be my moment. I can't just be looking crazy.
Exactly.
How do my eyebrows look?
Yes.
And so I did it. I proposed to her right there in front of all our friends, families. She said yes, and then we just had we had a huge engagement party right then and there. Mm-hmm. We went to Punta Cana, Dominican Republic for our honeymoon, stayed at the Hard Rock. We literally left at 7 o'clock the next morning.
I know that's right.
Slept the whole way on the plane, got there, tried to stay awake, like we needed a couple more hours of sleep. And the honeymoon was phenomenal.
It really was.
We were there for 7 days. 7 days. We didn't go off the resort once. Usually if you go, you travel you're like, let me go off the resort and see what else is going on. We didn't have to.
It was that good.
Yeah, it was that good. It was that good. So we had a blast. We
were on the beach.
We were on the beach. And you know how you get vendors come up. With all this different stuff. All these shell necklaces and stuff like that. So he comes up and he's like, do y'all want to buy something? He's like, no, we don't want anything. So he's like, well, I want to give you this necklace. And Taryn is like, honey, the blood of Jesus, That's exactly what it was. Oh, no. You don't know. If he prayed over this, like, she wasn't having
just
it.
the whole appearance of it looked like straight witchcraft. No, thank you.
She wasn't having it at all.
Well, now we're going to switch it up a little bit and ask you, just for fun, what is the most annoying thing about your spouse?
Ooh, y'all trying to get me in trouble.
No, it's okay.
You want to go? You go first then.
I have to think.
The husband's
You go first.
You say it.
I'm thinking.
Want me to go?
You can think just like that?
Yes. Yes.
It better not be how she washes the dishes.
Listen, no. I don't like to have to question you for 4 hours until you tell me what's wrong.
Oh, that's women.
Like, babe, what's wrong? Nothing.
You're not a psychic?
Babe, what's the matter? Nothing. I'll ask for 4 hours later, and then I'll finally drop it. And 30 minutes later, babe, can I talk to you about something? We could have talked about this 4 hours ago. Now you want to tell me what's wrong. Because I'm just the type of person I'd rather just whatever's wrong, if it's bothering you, let's deal with it. And I don't hold on to things. Like once it's dealt with, I'm done. I'm moved on. Like we're good. I'm cool. But if I gotta pry it out of you for 4 hours, I'm just like, oh.
But you love her, so you.
Of course.
You ask the whole 4
Of
hours,
course.
but-
Of course. Go ahead. I'm anxious to hear this.
I have a few, actually.
She only asked for one. She only asked for one. Okay. She only asked for one.
Okay, so it's not like the most annoying things, but they are things that I tease him about that I would prefer that he doesn't do. Like, I want my bathroom to stay looking neat at all times. And when he gets out of the shower, he'll put his washcloth on top, where the curtain hangs, instead of hanging it inside of the shower. I just want it to look neat. He always hangs it over.
I did that this morning, didn't I?
Yes, and I said, this goes right here. And then I smile. See, the Lord is helping me because I don't get upset anymore. You make it a joke. And then yesterday, yesterday, right? He comes home from Chicago and he immediately takes his coat off and hangs it on the bar stool. Babe, this goes in the closet.
Right.
So I just, yeah, so it's things like that. I'm trying to help keep the house neat at all times.
Right. So the visitors can come in.
Exactly.
Okay, so on the flip side of that, what is the thing you love about your husband or wife the most? Like, has there been a time where...
Do you have to think about this? Okay, you just really, those things that annoy you are just rolling off the tip of your tongue.
Think about a time where maybe you looked across at the room or over at him or her and was like, I'm so glad that he or she is mine.
Mm-hmm. What I really love about him is his relationship with God. He's a praying man. And like I'll wake up, go to the living room, and he's there on his knees praying. So I love that the Lord has blessed me with someone to, lead us in our relationship and be the leader of our household, but that he's seeking God first at all times. That's so attractive to me. And then another thing is the fact that he has so much patience with me. I am a lot, but he has a lot of patience with me, and I really, really love that about him.
What makes me love her even more, and I think this is what I really, really fell in love with Taryn, is just to see how, number one, how supportive she is, number two, how understanding she is, and also how much of a loving person she is. So when I say like loving person, it's like she puts any and everything really before herself. She'll give you the shirt off her back, she'll give you her last $5, and she'll go without, just so that you can have and that you can have what you need and that you can be comfortable. And I think she's been like that for so long, so even now, I kind of have to tell her, like, babe, I got it. Don't worry about it, I got it. Because she always just puts others before herself. And I just think it's a loving, giving, caring person like that. Like, I can't wait until we have children and see what she's going to be like with our kids. Just because I see how she's like that with other people. So if I can see her like that with me and with other people, I can only imagine what type of mom she's going to be to our own children. So I think that's one of the main things that I love the most about Taryn.
And I get that from my mom, because that is her all day. Yeah.
Could you talk more about like the impact your mom has had on that piece of who you are?
First of all, my mom and I are like this. And I have grown up watching her always want to do for others. And she has her own catering business now. But prior to that, at any event, she always was never happy unless she was up doing something. And she still is that way till today. But even watching her take care of my grandmother, she had dementia, and that was a lot to deal with. But she's just so nurturing, and she has a warm heart. So being around her, that has definitely, rubbed off on me for sure.
Part of our premarital counseling was kind of identifying those things that we would kind of have to do.
Establishing boundaries.
Yeah. I think one of them for her was she's such a big part of her family, and she plays such a big role in her family. Like even though her mom takes care of everyone, and she does, her mother's a phenomenal woman. You have how many aunts?
6 of them.
Six aunts, and they all look up to her mother. All of them look up to her mother. And she's the same way with her little brother. You know what I mean? So she's huge, a huge nurturer, for her little brother and for her family. So I think starting off our marriage, it was just babe, you gotta be mindful of, we're married now, we have to put each other first. And it was kind of the same thing with my mother as well, you know what I mean? Because I was my mother raised me as a single mom, so, me and my mother are really close too. I'm really all my mom has, so, it was kind of just being aware that, look, we're married to each other now. Like, we have to come first, and then our parents and everybody second. So I mean, even before we got married, we just adapted a model like it was me and her against the world. You know what I mean? As long as me and her, you know, on the same page, as long as we're together, everybody else will fall in line. You know, being both of us being African Americans and being number one young African American married couples, I've had a lot of people, and I don't really see us as a role model couple. Like, I don't see us as inspirations. I mean, I really just don't see it. Like, when I post us on Facebook and social media, Instagram, I literally do it because I love my wife. You know what I mean? And I'm genuinely happy, you know, with my marriage, with my relationship, and everything like that. So, you know, I'm genuinely happy. But I think, I mean, even me, coming from, you know, being raised by a single mom, but also having my dad, but the family being broken, I think that is, you know, what's portrayed now in the media. Like, that's what's portrayed on the news. That's what's portrayed on social media. You know what I mean? We don't have those visions of strong black families like we used to when we were growing up. You know what I mean? So everything on TV is ratchet this, reality TV show this. You know what I mean? And I just think it kind of gives people the thought that that doesn't exist anymore when I'm living it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm living it. I love my wife. I love what we have. I love our family. And I'm honestly looking forward to growing old with her. Then you got a lot of people our age who get married, and then as soon as trouble hits, they run in the other direction. Like, you can be young and be married and be happy and have fun. You know, still hang out with your friends, and you know what I mean? Like, she hangs out with her friends, I hang out with my friends, we hang out with friends together. You know what I mean? You can still be young, fun, and have fun and be married.
It's possible to have
Definitely.
Yeah,
together
it's possible.
and be individuals and come
Yeah,
back home.
it's
Oh,
possible.
yeah.
I think it's a complete misconception that once you get married, like, your life is over.
No.
You know what I mean? Now your desires or your wants change. You know what I mean? Now, as you know, when I wasn't married, it'd be, you know, Friday or Saturday night, I may want to go hang out with the fellas, but sometimes I just want to chill at home with my wife. You know, happy, being on the couch, watching TV, you know, whatever the case may be. You know, so it's you can be young, married, and have fun and be happy. Like, it's not a death sentence.
Well, right now, we can get up and go and do whatever at any
That's true.
You know, we
That's
don't
true.
have any children yet. So once we have children, that's definitely going to change the dynamics of our relationship. But I think it's going to be great. But right now we're just concerned about each other.
That's true. We can get. I would say, I would hope and pray that 20 years, our personalities haven't changed. Like, we still, like, we get really silly. You know, we get really silly when we're in the house by ourselves. My wife, when she comes outside, she puts her game face on, and she's not. But when we get home, I'll be like, "Who are you?" But I hope and pray that doesn't change. You know what I mean? I hope and pray that doesn't change 20 years from now when we're 50 years old. Like, we still, you know, get silly, having a good time, you know, just laughing and joking about anything, you know, by ourselves and just still enjoying each other.